Greetings and salutations. I forgot to sound like. Hello! I am Karen Russmore and welcome to my channel, where I am currently playing through Pillars of Eternity. This is session 22 or 23, I think. Oh crap! I think I've posted in places that it's session 22. It's not. I think it's session 23. I know it's might be. Who knows? Who cares? One of the things is right. How you all doing? I see Retro Ted. You're lurking away. Enjoy your dinner. Greetings, all things Gigo. How are you doing? Were you at the thing where everybody got COVID this weekend? That can go away. That can actually go away. I don't need Discord today. You was, but you don't have got the lurgy. Nice. It's always nice to dodge that bullet. It's one of them. It's like I didn't stream last Friday. I need to possibly say something about that. So basically, on Friday, a friend, one of the people that I played D&D with, they were down from Scotland, just to have a general visit and whatnot. They were down for a few days, and the D&D group decided to get together and do a thing. So I actually went out and socialized, but then we just ended up talking, and then it got to the point of I'm going to miss the stream. And by the time that I realized I was going to miss the stream, I was, being so far away, it's an hour commute from the centre of Manchester to where I live. It was like, well, I'm not going to make it back anyway. So I just figured to announce that it was called off. It was also a weekend that a lot of people, I think, were out and or busy. Or most of my regulars were out and or busy. So I didn't feel it was to be that bad. But yes, Bioshock will be resuming on Friday. All things being well with my cat, I will be over on his stream on Thursday, but they are going to let me know how that goes. If there is no stream over on my cat's channel on Thursday where we're playing MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries, then I'm likely to be back over here playing some more Pillars of Eternity. It's one of them where it's like I try to have 3 sessions or streams a week. The number of weeks that I've not had 3 streams in the week just recently hasn't been great. So hopefully I can get that back on track. I think one of the things to a certain degree is, as much as I'm enjoying Pillars of Eternity, I'm not feeling it. And yes, it's one of them where it's like, it's not terrible. It's fairly enjoyable. I'm just not currently feeling it. The thing is, I know that if I put this down, I was contemplating. I've been in a bit of a mood for real-time strategy games just recently. So I was thinking of making this an impromptu StarCraft stream. Because I appreciate there's a lot of bullshit going on with Blizzard at the moment, but at the same token, StarCraft and StarCraft 2 were kind of developed before all the bullshit started, and they're my go-to chill-out real-time strategy games. Annoyingly that it's related to Blizzard, but at the same token, can't help it. I've already given them my money. I might as well try to enjoy the game, despite the shit that's going on there. And it was one of them where it's like, I could do a StarCraft stream and just chill out and play some StarCraft. And then I thought, it's like, if I start going down the route of putting down a game and not finishing it just because I'm in the mood for something else, I'm just going to end up doing what I do with my usual playing of video games, which is never actually finish anything, which is one of the things that I'm kind of proud of for myself for doing on stream, is actually finishing a lot of video games. Or a lot more video games than I do off stream. So I'm gonna stick with Pillars of Eternity. Yes, I'm not excessively feeling it, but I'm not, annoyed or displeased with it at the moment, and hopefully it's going to pick up. If not, hopefully it's going to end, and that'll be that. I already had, so on Fridays, it's, I've already abandoned the game on Fridays, Alien Isolation. I was just, that broke me midstream, where it was like, yeah, no, I'm out, I'm tapping out right here, right now, and I just stopped playing it halfway through the stream and moved on to RimWorld. Nobody wants it flibbity flob. With that, that was one of them where it's like, I just can't, and I'm not like that with Pillars of Eternity. It's not that I can't, it's just I'm not feeling enough to be like, yeah, I'm really excited for this. So I do want to try to avoid dropping too many games, because like I say, but at the same token, I do have the next game after Pillars of Eternity lined up. I say I've got it lined up. I don't think I've currently got it downloaded, but it's going to be Yakuza Like a Dragon, which unfortunately I think is going to be one of them really long games. So hopefully it's going to be entertaining enough. I'm probably not, there's a lot of mini games that you can optionally do in that, and I'm probably not going to be doing too many of those to a certain degree, but we'll have to see. It'll also be another game where I'll be playing it primarily on the controller, if I can find it. So that'll be kind of chilled out, nice and relaxed. Anyway, enough of me just talking shite. How about I stop the music and start up the game? Don't actually have the game running in the background, so this is going to take just a moment. He says, I think Steam's behaving weird on me just recently. The number of times that I saw, like, try to get a game going and it doesn't quite go. Nobody wants it. Sorry, just received a message on Discord and it's like, I needed to read that just in case there was stuff going on. There isn't. Right, okay, switch that, switch this, and click load, and then we actually find out which one we're up to. Annoyingly, it puts the quick saves in the auto saves first, and I find that so annoying because it's like, no, I made a permanent save. It's the last thing that I wanted to do, put that at the top of the list. I mean, it's not even the most recent one, because this is so like 10:15. I think I ended the session early as well last time, but that was because my voice was giving out on me, and I didn't want to push it too much. But it was so like, that is the most recent save, but it's not at the top. The auto saves are at the top, and then it's a quick save. And why? Why do that? I know that there's a continue button, but I never know what. I don't like continue buttons because it's like, I don't know what you're going to load up. It should be where it left off, admittedly. Right, so we're currently on level 12. Keep looking up. There's either 15 or 16 levels. Can't remember. We've just been through the Vithrak layer level, and we're going down. I do this a lot. I save just before I go into the place. I should just go into the place and then save. Because now you've just had 2 loading screens in a row. Descend further, search the runes, update the master's tools. I have reached the ruins below the caverns and begin my search. The Vithrak have asked me to acquire 3 items: a refined Adra crystal, the armor of one of the Adra-laced animats that roam the area, and a piece from one of the ancient Ifguigan machines. This will hopefully provide the Vithrak with enough materials to base their own experiments on.
Alright then.
Everybody's looking a little bit rough. I've got some camping supplies. Which corner are we in? Bottom right. Bottom left even.
Keeping an eye out.
Just had a feeling that there'd be a... Stealth has failed! Stealth has failed! Oh, that was the other thing that had started going on that was slightly annoying for all of this. Is I get the feeling that slowly getting to the point where I'm struggling down here. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but at the same token, it is a little bit annoying. Oh, god damn it, that thing was nearly dead. What is healing these things? Crush damage, crush damage, 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 damage. It's not listing everything here, which is a bit annoying. Animat affects animat with heal. Animat activates heal. So they're just self-healing things. Which is so rude. No, need to very much try and focus fire on these things. But that's a little bit annoying. Right, that one's dead. How's everybody else doing? Everybody's doing fine. Oh, we do have 5. I was gonna try and summon it at 4 for the other stuff, but soon as we got to the 5, just shoot that thing. Is it dead? Target destroyed. Drake. Oh no, the Drake's target was destroyed. I think we're slowly turning the tide here. That stung.
That's not very helpful.
We're getting there, we're getting there. You're looking a little rough. Do whatever it is that you do. These are big guys. Have a couple of small drakes. Oh, we can only summon one thing at once, even if it's a different summon. That's mildly annoying. At some point I should possibly pay attention to the damage types of these guys. I think they deal fire. Brr. That looks like a lot of junk to me. Yoink and yoink.
Of course.
Come, help me here. The spirit holds his tools above the shattered machine, poised as if to pull it on some unseen component. Brace here, there, and we will be rid of this one. Each word seems to resolve itself in your mind an instant after it's spoken, as you recall the Nguithan tongue. He waits for a moment, evidently for someone to take up position. Pull hard. Now. There. He sags back, wiping his brow. These machines. To think how many souls have felt their touch, and how many of those are willing, I wonder. It will not be long now. We've killed the tyrant, routed his people. We can ensure this never happens again. Come. They've already started sealing the upper floors. It will be the last out at this rate. Dorios means to put some spell upon that door. Use all Odd Nua's servants against him. There must be 100 souls affixed to that stone. A punishment, no doubt. Perhaps they'll be pleased, knowing that Odd Nua goes wailing to the afterlife. You cannot unmake the door entirely, but he can change its purpose. The oath, you see. If Odd Nua's servants have pledged his defense, then we shall pledge ourselves in his destruction. The man gives you a fierce grin, turning away, and from one step to another he has faded, only to appear once more beside the machine. See, we don't do too bad when it's a one-on-one. A slight weakness to lightning, although that's not the greatest. Oh. It's not Q to quick save. It's an F5. Cave coral. Shock and bone. So many people paralyzed.
Yes?
Word.
Can't tell where all the damage is going. It doesn't seem to be doing much. Come on. I think that one's dead.
Leave it to me.
No, it disappeared. Why did you go over that way?
That's it.
Just taking the hits.
That's not very helpful.
Is this Agni? I'll be done first at this, right? I know, they finished up first. Fine, obelisk. Camping supplies. Might want to camp sometime soon. Alof's getting low on hit points. But should be fine for the moment. He says he quick saves. Sagni just gets murked. Sagni low on health? I didn't think Sagni was that low on health. I'm at least 166, 276.
Hey. Nice and quiet.
His hazy figure is tall and heavily built, and its shifting and distinct face is turning towards the floor. Is turned towards the floor, as if it were in deep thought. You hear a faint murmuring in the rolling cadence of prayer. From time to time, the spirit seems to sway in place. As you approach, the spirit raises his voice, and you recognize the familiar sound of the Ingwithan tongue. And no more shall souls splinter upon the wheel. Hear me, great father, I am pledged against your foes, and the greatest of these is death. The spirit turns to face towards you in a swift motion. For a moment its features blur and then resolve into what appears to be a man's visage, its eyes fixed upon you. You are late. Late for what? The spirit turns his face away. They will be here soon, to cast us down, to unmake our work. It is nearly too late. Our work? He nods, as if they knew. Perhaps they would understand if they heard the sisters speak. In foreign lands they leave their madmen to suffer alone, or else cast these same out of their sight. Meanwhile, we have carved ourselves like smoothed stones, polished the virtues within us, while cleansing away any weakness. Is that not just? Is that not kinder than anything that came before? He shifts and is standing straighter. Are you ready? He raises his hand, and you think you can see the glint of metal, though a second glance reveals nothing. They have placed your crest upon the animate, alongside my own. The animates? You're going to sacrifice yourself? He shakes his head. Those of faith remain, and we are children of the wheel. Death is not for us. The spirit gaze slides away from you as you depart. Even as you move away, he reaches out an arm for something else, smiling. Right, I cannot see these. Oh, there we go.
Oh?
What do you mean, oh? Is there a trap on this side as well?
What have we here?
Gleaming Adra fragment. I think that was a quest item. That. It's one of them. I don't. See, it gives me absolutely no clue a lot of the time as to what number you're supposed to be aiming at, but, you know, for some of these people, you know, Alof, for example, has put all theirs into lore. They've only got a +4 in it because of the class and background. So their base there is 9 as well. I'm guessing, yeah, base of 9, farmer, fighter, and the stag helm. Brings their athletics up. So reasonably, that cannot be too much higher than it is. Yet these traps are impossible. I'm guessing I could come back and try to disarm them later. I'm not going to. Don't like spirits. They tend to paralyze. Come on. Give me a chance to do something. You need to get the smeg out of there. Oh, you are stuffed. You need to run away. Nope, you're dead. Okay. I don't think I saved it after I looted that room. Mildly annoying. Oh no, I think I saved it before. Yeah, because I wasn't sure if that was a trap or not.
Yes.
Right. Let us also rest in here. Everybody gets damage reduction. These cutscenes are a little bit annoying because it's like, oh look, they're camping out, and it's like, where in this place is there a shred of grass for that scene to play out anywhere near accurately?
Hey.
Oh.
Let's try something weird. First of all, we're gonna have Sagni sneak up. I think Snaggy. 11 stealth, 10 stealth. Yeah. Alright, we don't know what defenses these people have, but we can get to there at least. We're gonna try some of these traps. Because why not? Oh, those area of effects are, or area of trigger is tiny. What? That is some grade A level of BS. One trap is piking useless.
I shall be discreet. Hey.
Hello, are you gonna appear right next to me?
I'm here.
Hey.
Where they be?
No, I don't want people running up.
Sure.
Right now, do things. Everybody attack that one. Everybody got paralyzed. You're not looking healthy. KO'd. I'm paralyzed. God dang it. Target destroyed. Target changed.
You're not getting through me. Hey.
Hold on, we don't have much left. There we go.
Hey.
Not too shabby. And singing, screaming is a lot. I mean, they do sound like banshees. Adra has grown into the crevices of these weathered shelves like fungus, pushing past stone and copper. Greetings, Krifu, how goes it? Yeah, that opens the door. Can't close the door, but it'll open it. A hazy form stands before you. From time to time, the blurring features resolve into what you take to be an elven man. I can't do this anymore. How am I going to explain? How can we possibly give him what he wants? The spirit is quick, hushed bursts of wailing, and shakes his head as if to answer his own questions. He's going to kill me. He's killed so many. Why should he stop here? Who is going to kill you? Great Father, Master, Odnua. I am trying all I can do. All of us are. But we have come to the edge of what is possible. What does he want? The figure paces a few steps, raising his hand to his temples. What we cannot give him. Even after all this time, there is so much we do not know. He wants his son, the boy he knew, whole and preserved, returned to him. But people, souls, they don't always remember. Who's to say his son will remember being his son at all? Remember his father's face? I have seen mothers forget their own children. Who are you? He has even brought so many people down here. I hear such terrible things from the upper floors. Even here, these constructs. I cannot sleep. His voice lowers. I think something that I will. Sometimes I will wake and find myself inside one of the animates. Will I even know? Will it not be like waking one day to find myself blind and mute? How could you do all this? I didn't think it would go so far. I didn't know. Old Newer is our liege lord. How can I refuse him? He looks up, startled, looking past you. No, I'm not saying anything like that. I'm only frightened. Ada, I'm sorry. Don't tell anyone, please. What are you doing here? I'm hiding. I passed by one of the machines and I couldn't breathe. I was thinking about the work we've done, the things we've seen, how even small deeds can scar the soul. Is mine so ragged? Will Erdnoa's son be grateful when we have torn him free from his rest? Are you still loyal to Erdnoa? Of course, I am a devout servant. His voice goes high in terror. I didn't mean, please, I never meant that I would renounce my oaths. Do you know a way past the speaking door? I know the oath, of course. We speak it every day. I am a servant to Erdnoa. My sword arm is pledged against his enemies. My soul is sworn to his purpose. The spirit seems to curl on into himself. Sworn. Not sure which door that'd be. Yeah, that makes sense. A lot of sense as banshees. The word unearthly definitely comes to mind. Yeah, I don't think they're called banshees in this. I'm trying to remember what they're actually called. Turnguela are violent, confused spirits that have been able or unwilling to move beyond the shroud. More specifically, these are the spirits of women who died under particularly tragic or traumatic circumstances. Hence the name, Turnguela, which translates to Blood Mother. The popular image of the Turnguela is a spirit of a jilted lover, has changed in recent years as the effects of Waidwen's legacy has become more widely known. With so many Hollowborn arising and similar steep rise in the Turnguela sightings, many assume these spirits are linked to the mothers who have died in childbirth. In reality, the Turnguela manifest just as readily from the spirits of women who perished in violent crimes or accidents, or those who led particularly violent lives. I mean, yeah, talks like a vampire, walks like a vampire. Talks like a banshee, walks like a banshee by any other name. Yeah, it's just one of them where it's like I do kind of question a little bit as to if, this is, I'm guessing it's Welsh. There's a fanfare here. Fanfares are kith who have had their lives unnaturally extended, and though they return most of their normal humanoid appearance, they are merely a few missed meals away from devouring into mindless monstrosities, and they know it. As fanfares maintain individual personalities and memories, their morbid knowledge may manifest in any number of ways. Some become reclusive and cautious, avoiding any threats that could prematurely weaken or destroy them. But others become outgoing hedonists, seeking to enjoy every pleasure the world has to offer while they can. Sooner or later, every fanfare, unless killed, will inevitably succumb to decay. Because vampires require a living essence in order to stay alive, and the blood of kith provides the richest and most immediate source of it. They are shunned by most civilized communities. As a result, vampires tend to live in the fringes of society if they participate in it at all. It's basically just a vampire. By a different name. It makes me wonder a little bit if they've just given them different names for the sake of giving them different names. They basically put an F in front of vampire. I mean, giving them different names for the sake of different names, or whether there's something deeper to it. You know, it's one of them where it's like a lot of mythology has sort of like become amalgamated, and vampire, FAM, pyre, could be sort of like a mistranslation or a misinterpretation of the word vampire. Which way it went, I'm not entirely sure. I'm actually going to look up vampire and see if there's actually anything on the internet. Oh. Yeah, upon Googling it just brings up Pillars of Eternity links. Okay, I'm just going to try one thing, which is... See, we're actually getting into Welsh here. I don't speak Welsh. Okay. So, in Welsh, vampire, Fampir, is a Welsh for vampire. Although, you know, by the dictionary definition that I've just looked up, then it basically says that it's borrowed from English. So even if vampire spelt with a Y rather than an I is a bastardization of vampire, it makes me wonder if they've looked at making everything a little bit Welsh for the sake of it, or whether there's some sort of like mythology there. It's one of the problems with a lot of mythology stuff, and I'm not the kind of person who can dig deep enough into a lot of this. Gives 2 law, 1 perception, 1 resolve, and 1 dexterity. That might be useful for that guy. The Flames of Fair Ryan. Damage plus 20%, plus 25% burn damage, exceptional 8 plus 8 accuracy, and 30% damage. Does 17 to 24 slash damage with an extra 25% of burn damage. This saber has posed a mystery to historians and weaponsmiths for 2 centuries. It was recovered from an Ingwithan ruin, but almost all experts agree that it is far younger than any of the artifacts left by that ancient civilization. Yet, no one has been able to explain the runes on the blade, which are unmistakably Ingwithan. And the one fact which they all agree upon is that it is a formidable, if poorly understood, weapon. Pretty sure it's some... Okay, you... Is that good for you? Oh, endurance boost. You don't really need that extra endurance. Take the thing of that. Now, who uses a saber? Do you? Oh, you use a saber. Or you can use a saber. I don't know when these extra weapon slots open up. Or how they open up. Everybody's got 2 of them locked, but anyway. Right, we've got Bittercut and the Flames of Thanthir. Extra damage on the flames. More accuracy on the flames. Probably gonna take the flames.
Hey.
Oh, statue thingy. What remains of this statue suggests it once depicted a young warrior. There are runes along the base, and at the statue's feet is the name Maros. But yeah, to a certain degree, I would love to have a video game where it had, you know, this sort of like entire encyclopedia and anything that was sort of like based around actual lore and mythology. To have just a little breakout box giving, you know, sort of like the traditional definition or description, you know.
Hey.
Admittedly, it's in mythology, which one could argue is educational and or not.
See what's ahead.
But at the same token, it will be interesting to know definitively if these things are accurate or not compared to, you know, mythology. So that there'd be less confusion about the matter. And it's not like the people aren't going to be doing some degree of research and whatnot into these things anyway. God dang it.
Certainly.
It's going to be a pain in my ass.
It's done.
Can't get rid of a trap in the middle of the room. I'm gonna have to carefully guide everybody around it before they do anything daft.
Hey. Hey.
Were they My thoughts were done.
Yeah, one of the things to a certain degree I'd like to see some interesting you know, so like traditionally accurate. I love the way that they're chasing after them, who's chasing after them, and just going around and around in circles. The spirit stands stiffly at attention. Her gaze is focused at the end of the hallway. One arm bears up a heavy round shield, though through the rippling blur of soul energy obscures what lies upon it. Speaking glisten. Hello. Her head turns a little. They've passed the Blight Forges. If the overseers live, we may stop them yet in the chambers beneath. She snorts. If Carabaros and his pack of scheming wizards haven't betrayed us. The mob may be on us soon. Better make peace with whatever god you will have you. She pauses to look at you. Are you afraid? Afraid of what? Indeed. What is to fear at all? She looks away from you. Our own people turn against us. What remains if we are victorious? Who will feed the machines then? And do not fear the battle. I fear what will become of our lord once we are victorious. What further madness will the children of the wheel... what further madness the children of the wheel will pour into his ears? Perhaps he should... he would stop once his son is returned to him. But will they let him? children of the wheel. While Odnur contents himself with his titan, they dig after the very heart of heaven. She gives a sour laugh. Madness, all of it. And yet Odnur holds them close at his side. None of this would have happened if not for them. They have driven our great lord from grief and into madness. Pushed him into these deeds. She pauses. He was a great king. Perhaps he will be again. Come, we'll rally defenses at the steps, funnel them into our blades. With the animates beside us, they won't stand up. The spirit gasps, wordlessly, mouth agape. She gropes for something at her back, unseen, and takes a listing step sideways, away from you. Her eyes, wide, gaze into yours. You trade. Her legs buckle, and as she falls, misty lights from which form her thin shape. So many difficult sentences to read in this game, and I don't know whether it's just their poor English or my poor reading. Her legs buckle, and as she falls, the misty lights which form her shape thin and scatter. Yeah, that makes sense.
Where they build and sound. One repelled. Can't get a.
That's not very helpful.
Something over here. There we go. Exceptional club. Adraban. White Adra is an extraordinarily rare, pristine, precious stone found in some Adra formations of Adra. It sometimes appears immediately adjacent to copper conductors used by Ingwithan structures. It has an luminescent color, a white color with pink and violet veined striations running through it. How wonderful.
Where they build and sound.
Let's have a spell, why not? God damn it.
Where
Let's have that spell, why not?
Griff,
don't. Ready, Watcher.
Hey.
The thing is, with a lot of mythology, you know, speaking of sort of like vampires, it's like some of the original stories of vampires are of Nosferatu, or are essentially the Nosferatu. How did we not accidentally set off that one? Alright, that's going to be a pain in the ass to get everybody out of. Here. With a machine part.
How may I help?
I'm here. Yes.
Hey.
One more part to that little puzzle, and then we can head back upstairs and give it to someone. But yeah, you know, there's so many different variants of vampire and the like. I mean, not talking about the sort of like horrendous. Will you go into the room?
Can't get a good shot with this.
Leave it to me.
There we go. We're in there now. You know, the modern vampires of Twilight, which are just sparkly in the sun and don't really get affected by it none. The Nosferatu, which are so animalistic and misshapen as humans that they cannot even hope to pass for a human. And just so many different variants in between them. There's a lot of different sort of like aspects to them that are sort of like they can do this, they can't do that, you know. Some of the simple things like being able to pass over or over running water. Could the people at the back do something? Thank you. Let's have a rage from you, or whatever that is.
That's not very helpful.
Can you move it around and shoot that person?
Can't get a good shot with this. Spot on.
Summon a Drake.
This one.
And focus on that one.
That's not very helpful.
Can't get a good shot with this. Try something else.
Say try something else. Just kill it. How about we try that? Okay.
That's not very helpful.
Can't get a good shot with this.
There we go. We can actually bring everything into play now.
Try something else.
And yeah, no reflection in mirrors is another vampire thing. And it's just one of them where it makes me wonder, you know, what the original like idea of the vampire is. Hey Saber, how goes it?
My mind feels sharp as
And then you've got vampires of different cultures, although are they actually strictly vampires? The string mechanism has cracked in several places and some of the components appear to have been dismantled. There is no clear means of activating them. A bow. I had it yesterday and just today. Fair enough. I hate headaches that tend to go over multiple days. The fine hunting bow has a 1 meter increased range and does 14 to 21 more damage. It's got an accuracy of +4 against this one, which has got an accuracy of +8. So more chance to hit, but less damage. Can this be enhanced? Could be enhanced with a damage type. Never know when it comes to the slaying which ones are the best ones to take, because there's a lot of, you know, it's one of them where it's very much sort of like, oh yes, it'd be, you know, this bow will be useful for this, and this bow will be useful for that. Would be nice, you know, it's to be able to switch some of these things in and out. But, you know, once you have enchanted it, you can't do anything more with it. You can give more things exceptional. But I don't think anybody's missing that at the moment. But yeah, even if I had everything that I needed for this, I can't then put it in. I don't think. Let's actually try that. Enchant quality. Oh, it's already exceptional. Is it? I don't think this actually is. I think it was something else. Might have been fine. On plus side, a friend of mine is helping me with a random cosplay idea. Fair enough. Put that in the box. Put those in the box, because why not? Carrying around traps is useless. They're not useless, they might actually work in certain circumstances. I just really dislike the fact that it's like, oh, you can only have one trap active at a time. I tried it earlier and it's like, yay, let's give these traps a try, why not? It's a difficult fight and it's like, put a trap down. Okay, put another trap down and then get rid of the first one. Why? Why would that be a way of doing these things?
Were they built on Saul?
Adrusha. It's all of them for the Master Souls. And then I think it's through this door. We'll go this way though. So there's a trap in front of that door. We need to go back up the stairs. I'm guessing the next stairs down on that way. Because the pre-D printer managed to mock up a 1-to-1 scale of a prop. Fair enough. Doop doop doo doop doop doo. Right, and now I need to go back. Oh, it lives and it stinks of dust and old souls. Does it have the Adra Trisak once? Get out of my way. Nail Lingerer. It steps forward, claws outstretched. Give us what Tashak demands. This is not for an outsider. A crawling worm among giants. Give it here. You think you've frightened me? The Charak asked me to do this because you couldn't. You feel a sudden pulsating wave of anger from the Vithrak. It is so clever-tongued, the trespasser. I will feed it to the spiders. Let them drain the juice from its eyes. What does it know of the endless paths? The Vithrak growls. It walks them, but a little while it growls. It uses trickery to pass the Adra men. I am very tricky. The Vithrak studies you for a long silent moment, black eyes gleaming. At last it lets out a rattled hiss, frustrated. I name it poorly. It is pestilence, not trespasser. Go then, take the things to Tethrak. It is a vile thing and I do not wish to look at it. It has its victory. When the endless paths swallow up the darkness, I have mine. He's a cheerful little sod. Tethak greets you, godlike animal. It has been below. It has what we seek. Your scouts weren't so grateful. They tried to ambush me on the way back. You feel a fathom finger tracing your thoughts. Jetrak sees. It is sorry for what Kisorik does. Tethrak speaks to scouts. Explain. It is not harming godlike animal. Here. Tesseract gives you this. He's making peace, yes. I have all the Adler samples. You feel another passing itch in your skull, and then a rippling echo of joy. Then Tesseract owe a great debt. With these we study, learn master secrets. It makes statues greater than old dead masters of Hollow Place. Tesseract Narith will gleam like the sea. Tesseract, thank you. Is having coin. Is custom, yes. Tesseract has coins of many ages. Will give many. It thinks for a moment. If godlike animal goes into deeper places, he should talk to Kivi. Kivi have supplies. Will help. Tesseract is also giving this also. Found in tunnels. Does not suit Tesseract. Keeps godlike safe, yes. Will bring fortune. I'm glad to help, Tesseract. Tesseract, remember, long after sun falls into sea. This is start of something. New turn of the wheel. Tesseract turns towards a nest lining the wall. Younger will live in better place. One of the more fluting voices of Tesseract sounds in your mind. Hadra song still welcome. Is needing something? Your leader said you had supplies to sell. Yes, Tesseract is saying you help us. Kiri is collecting supplies. Adra Tongue can see. I mean... don't know what anybody's actually wearing. No. You're already wearing exceptional stuff. Exceptional and survivor. Don't know of anybody wearing the leather. Oh no. Yeah, it's slightly better. Well, actually, it's a lot better. Less recovery speed damage, but greater armor, and plus the freedom, minus spellbound nature's vigor, and superb. Don't know what any of that means, but yeah, my stuff is already better. And now we've got stuck on what? There we go. I don't know what any of this stuff is for. I don't really use scrolls. So, I mean, one of the things that I can do is get rid of all of these traps, because traps have turned out to be annoying. No, not the fish. Don't know why I want to keep the fish, it's just a fish. So many more traps in here. Hopefully there doesn't become a point where it's like, I desperately need traps. This is a long way to walk back down just to be able to say, aha, those traps I sold you? Yes, I tracked them back. Also potentially very expensive to buy things back. They who woke the stars. 35 experience, constellated cloak, major item, expires in 2 days, duration for your turn, 4 turns. The Glenfartham astronomers who predicted the Lover's Tide that destroyed Ondra's gift took many of their instruments and notes and hid them out of fear that they might be captured by Adrians. Decades after the war, the tribes recovered the astronomers' work. Unfortunately, all of the original astronomers had died and much of their writings was penned in an unknown cipher. 2 Villain Dukes have offered a reward to anyone who can help crack the cipher from of the Glenfarthams. The tribes are reluctant to let anyone look at the notes, but believe it would be better to share their knowledge than let it remain a secret. Who is available? You like books, I think. Alright. and I'm assuming I'm finished in 9 hours. It's a library. It's time to go back downstairs. Bum 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 bum. Hate it when my plasters go fluffy. I'm also running out of plasters. There's none of them big enough to cover this up. Well, no more after this one, so it's I'm desperately trying to keep this one on my thumb. You know, it's kind of funny that this is one of the massive plasters. It's not a usual tiny little one, but it's because the cut is right there. I've had to bound it up. That was close. A large, ornate wooden door stands before you. To either side rests large crystals glowing with faint light. You feel a particular change in the air, as if some presence were nearby. Yet there is nobody to be seen. You hear a whisper emerging from thin air, from the general direction of the door. It grows both in volume and number, many voices speaking quietly. In moments it has become a chaotic hiss of voices, each vying to be heard. But as you listen, the voices begin to settle into a cadence, and then into words, a phrase spoken by many at once. Beneath the stone, the weight of years rests upon one who would slay death. Beneath the stone, the weight of years rests one who would slay death. Who comes to waken him? Examine the door. Once moved by the passage of time, the door bears no obvious means of opening it beyond whatever enchantment lends its voice. There is no place for a key nor any handle. It seems you'll have to try something else. I am servant of Odnua. My sword arm is pledged against his enemies. My soul is sworn to his purpose. You feel a particular chill in the air, and the voices grow sharp and terse. Here pass no traitors. You are struck by a sudden lashing arc of energy from the door. It is a sharp, piercing pain, but after a few moments only the memory of it lingers. The voices quiet and fade, leaving you alone. I am an enemy to Odnua. My sword arm is pledged against his followers. My soul is sworn to this purpose. The voices seem to draw a breath, and you hear a rumble from the stone. And the door slides open. The crystals to either side of it dim, and with the light go the voices, fading first to murmurs, whispers, and then to the silence. The path is clear. We did say that they managed to corrupt the door. I just wasn't sure what the corruption was. Oh, the guardian of Odnua is a vassal and looks to be fairly tough.
Were they beal done?
I have a feeling that this is going to be the boss fight of this level. So let us keep pounding this thing with magic. That thing at the back is going to annoy me. How much does this require? 50 focus, okay. More magic. More healing. God damn it. Each one of these is capable of casting a heal. Come on, that final chunk, get it out. Let's have a dragon. Well, a drake. Somebody got knocked out. Somebody got knocked out. Wait, that's bad.
Hey, do you mind?
Don't mind at all.
Got an arrow for this one.
That's not very...
Where are you? Oh, you're on their side for the moment. Great stuff. Don't suppose you fancy fighting for us for a bit? Of course it's immune. Everybody's not looking so good. Oh, it destroyed something at least.
My mind feels sharp as steel. Try something else. This one repels my touch.
We are not looking so good.
Lavaru beyond seek!
Actually doing things. I can't remember when last saved. Might have to go back and look at the autosave. That's not great. Let's go with this one. Right, that was okay.
All right then.
Don't really need to reread all of that. And save. Right. Gonna focus on everything else in the room first.
Where they build on some.
God, that's annoying.
Griff Ulikda! Griff Ulikda!
Where they build on some.
Not sure if that thing can bleed. No, not that one. That one. And let's see if we can make you immunity, charm, confusion, disease, dominate, second, blah blah blah. That's going to be useless. Let's see if we can cause somebody to explode then. Doesn't say that you're immune to being blown up. I've been KO'd.
That's not very helpful.
You're not getting through me.
God damn it.
Can't get a good shot with this.
Need to do so much damage so quickly to these guys. It's not a pretty thing.
I'm here.
There we go. That's one of them down.
Parathis!
Let's cast some more magic, shall we?
Lavaru beyond
Finish him. Right, next up is that guy. Possibly gonna have to rest after this one. Either health low. Oh, your health is low. I mean, you'll be fine.
Good shot with this. One repels my touch.
Not sure if the detonate helped, but we're gonna do it again. Hey, you got knocked out. Okay. God damn it! I gotta heal off. Running out of abilities.
That's not.
Leave it to me.
Can't get a good shot. With this.
That's not very.
You're not getting through me.
I no longer sense our merry friend. Can't get a good shot with this. One repels my touch.
That's because we're getting murdered.
Ready, Watcher.
Alright, let's try something else.
Tell me.
Hey,
Yoo-hoo! Mr. Bad Guys! Nope, stay over there. Stay over there.
Good shot.
Grith uligna.
So much healing going on.
Lavaru beyond.
Would prefer it if you were murdering the same guy.
not getting through me.
Focus on that guy. Not entirely sure why we got paused just then.
Try something else.
Come on. There we go. Big guy's down.
That's not very helpful.
Second big guy needs to go down though. What's my Drake doing? Oh, Drake doing. The Drake just got destroyed. Or timed out.
Oh, let's get a good shot with this.
There we go, right. You mess up that guy, you back up off that guy, and then shoot that guy. Oh my god, it's been fully healed.
Hell's my time. Let's try something else.
Leave it to me.
All the healing on these guys is so annoying.
Shot with this.
That's not very helpful.
For real. This. Leave it.
Settle.
Ah, thank you. Where's that?
You're not.
Next up is this guy.
Let's try something else.
Try something in another Drake. Everybody focus on this guy.
This one repels my touch.
You're not looking healthy, my friend.
Can't get a good shot.
Use
with
the
this.
ability. It's immune to unconscious, and that renders them unconscious. God dang it. These are some of the worst spells for this encounter.
Let's get a good shot with this.
That might help.
That's not very helpful.
This one repels.
That is not looking so great. I think we finally have this on the turn.
Can't get a good shot with this.
God, this has been annoying.
This one repels my touch.
Yep. Drake despaired. New Drake.
Leave it to me.
Were they build on Saul?
Final Hydra animate.
This one repels. Can't get a good shot with this.
Need a rest after this. Gonna help. Oh, that might have helped. Hey, we won. All we got was a lousy. Well, I don't even know how much XP we got for all that. Funny that, we didn't get any XP. I'm gonna be so pissed if this place hasn't been giving us XP.
All right then.
Have a quick save before we go setting off a trap that kills somebody. No, nothing. Just more stairs going down. Okay, great stuff. Great stuff. Let's rest. Doop doop doo doop doop doo doop doop doo doop doo doo. Right. Upon his return, Lund Beorwiger was able to quell the uprising. Trade has slowed in the area, but you are regarded as a local hero. The library construction has been completed. Right, so we've got a nothing, a 1-0, a 1-0, a 1-0, a 1-0, a 1-0, and a 1-0. I mean, we could go for the nothing just because it's going to bring in trade. But I prefer to go with the other stuff because I like culture, or prestige. Yes, prestige it is. Curio Shop. The Curio Shop trades in oddball curiosities. Allows you to purchase the parts of exotic creatures and generates a random creature part every turn in the stronghold treasury. Going to be completed in 2 days. 2 days, I tell you. Slowly getting the feeling that eventually we'll get them all finished. I'm just hoping that this does actually do what RetroTed suggested, which is make the rest of the game slightly easier. And hopefully I don't find it as frustrating. This is either the second to last level or the third to last level. Don't know which. Oh, the way out. I could have rested in a proper bed. It's fine. This is a very small map. It's one of them where it's like this was kick-started and part of the stretch goals was like the more levels of... The more money that was raised, the more levels to say the newer... old newer there were, and it's like this is level 14 and it's barely a screen big. The shade emerges like a wound in the world, split open to reveal a hollow darkness. Beneath the writhing crown of shadow lies a gleaming mask, bearing the visage of an older man. The silver face turns towards you, features cold and still. From within the sockets of the mask's eyes, guttering fires amid their eerie light.
Who are you? Would you abandon your king? Take up your sword! To battle! The enemy has come!
His voice seems to reverberate throughout the chamber. The mask's eyes burn with a sudden new light. Even as a room around you seems to... The mask's eyes burn with a sudden new light, even as the room around you seems to grow darker. What are you, spirit?
You forget the face of your lord? No. Better to say that you see more clearly than my subjects.
Roiling eddies of darkness surge at the shade's feet, and it rises into the air, the glinting mask angling itself towards you. And now it stopped talking. Before you is Odnur, king in life of a great people, in death, master of nothing. If you are not the master of this place, who is? Something with a longer reach, for I can do nothing outside this wretched chamber. The stone is like an anchor. The mask turns towards the crystal at the center of the room and the body there. Many
souls do pass from time to time into this place. The Audra draws them deep, and there they are consumed, but not by me.
The mask turns towards you once more. Something dwells in this place beneath us, and there feeds upon my people, as it did when we drew breath. It is an ancient, old thing, and you will not conquer it, any more than we could conquer ignorance. Odnur suddenly shudders, and the shape of him seems to warp and twist. The tines of his dark crown grow long, and the surface of his mask ripples like molten ore.
None walk there save Odnua's line. You will not tread in that place. Not there.
The mask turns towards you, streaks of golden fire running in its eyes. What's down there? All of the paths I've ever known, all the souls the paths have ever known, bound still to the Adra, waiting for their chance at rebirth, or else trapped within the fragments. He reaches a formless hand towards his mask, only to jerk it away as if scalded. My son, somewhere he must be. You built the endless paths?
The endless paths. 1,000 hands toiled to create it. But it was my voice, my will, that directed them. The great work of our age.
Or it would have been, if they had only been allowed me to finish, if they understood that from such rotted foundations could emerge wondrous achievement, that the same curse I sought to cure afflicted them in turn. That my son might, from one moment to the next, be lost to me as abomination. His voice thickens with grief reverberating through the chamber. He wants only that I should be proud of him. How can a father convince his son that he might accomplish nothing, and still be the light of his life? How if he is gone? So many hours and days spent wondering. If I had been there but a moment earlier, if I had stopped him from leaving that morning, if I had only known that I would never see him again. Lost.
Treading these endless paths, these regrets, with him forever moving out of reach, into some darker place, away from me. Have they loved nothing in all their lives? Lost nothing? Wives, husbands, children? Might I not show them then the agony of it?
Evening, Maggot. How goes it? Odnir's shade shudders, and the very shape of him seems to warp and twist. The tines of his dark crown grow long. The surface of his mask ripples like molten metal. It used to be molten ore, and they've repeated themselves. Is that your justification, that your grief outmatches everyone else's? What did they make of their grief? Nothing. None of them dared. None tried. I had the vision, and the people followed me. They believed. They knew what I promised. And if some came only to test their knowledge, at least they contributed to our understanding. We came so close. You do not understand. The frustration of it has only festered in me. I cannot cease thinking on it. Some light surges behind Odnir's eyes, which burst into orange flame. Every moment I have lost.
Have they loved nothing in all their lives? Lost nothing? Wives, husbands, children? Might I not show them then the agony of it?
You're repeating yourself now. Not too bad. Building a model kit and lost track of time. How goes the pillarage? It's going okay. I think I'm coming to the end of the endless paths. I think I've got one more level after this. I think there's 15. I've looked it up like twice now, and I think it's 15. Might be 16. It's just the spirit of Odnir that's now telling me what they tried to achieve, which I think was trap everybody's souls and to make them understand grief. Is grief? I don't know. I understand you. No, I don't. I've seen some of what you've done. You don't deserve any sympathy. You see the hollow remnants, the empty, pointless cruelties. You do not know what, see what it came of it. The things we learned. It did not start to. How could it? I was mad with grief. I summoned workers, mages, servants. We plunged headlong into our quest. I could not see for tears. And at first, nothing. Feeble efforts, false starts, days of nothing, and all the while I was certain I was losing time. I gave permission that we should try new methods, that we should bolster our knowledge of the soul. And with these barbarous acts, we began at last to learn, to find the edges of that veil. My people told me that they could find my son, but we still did not have the exact means of extracting him, safe, intact. And at last, when the discovery was at hand, we were betrayed. All that we had paid, the lives lost, the taint upon our souls, all for nothing. They destroyed the Titan, cleaved him from his roots.
I will never see him again. Even in death, we have been more wholly separated than if I had never known him. He will have forgotten me. Have I not paid? Have they not cost me all I had?
They want to truly understand grief, then get them playing a mobile game. I mean, I don't see where the grief is in mobile games, but okay. You have wronged a great many people. Yes, I know it. How could I not? I remember that as well. I had so many years to think of it all, or think on all of it, to remember. Perhaps it is time to let go. I have tried. His cry echoes throughout the chamber. I cannot. The regret burns within me like fire. It eats all thought. As if in answer, fire laps at the edges of his mask, sending a wave of heat towards you. You come after all this time to tell me I must forget. I will not. I must not. I am all that remains. If I forget, there will be nothing left of him. There will be. His spirit is still out there, somewhere. Isn't that enough? The air chills between you. Puffs of frost accompany your breathing. You would not know me. What they have made of me. You will not speak of him. You do not know him. You have murdered hundreds of innocents for his sake. Would he thank you for it? No. Never. With the sound of cracking ice, fractures emerge in old Nua's mask. At your feet, frost begins to creep across the floor, spreading outward. I have destroyed myself. Long before my people turned on me, there are deeds which scar the soul. Injuries that will not mend. That will last into the next life. If I go now, he will see them. Let him judge for himself. The dark shape of Nua's spectre shudders and heaves. The air around you grows cold until frost has begun to form across the tiles. The shadow seems to draw light from themselves, threatening to plunge you into darkness. Then...
End, then. At last.
And then, at last, the glowing embers of Nua's eyes gutter, dimming. His form seems to unravel, darkness ceding away to frail light, and then fading entirely.
Morals.
Dun dun dun, confront the master below. Let us save. This has got to be a pain in the ass. The Shroud of Mourning has been added to the inventory. +3 resolve, +3 damage reduction corrode, +3 damage reduction freeze. Kind of assume that's going to be useful for you. Right, and save again. Check nobody's leveled up. Nope. Some of us are close. I think I'm 1 experience higher than everybody else. Yeah. Right. Defeat the master below. Whatever the master below it happens to be. Of course it's 15 levels. There's 3 parts in it, and the top part, the middle part, and the bottom part. That are divided into 5 levels. I looked at the achievements. Is there Zalrip down here? I mean, this is going to be horrendously short if this is the entirety of it. Warm air pulses through the aperture.
You're not getting through me.
Just murder whoever.
You're not getting through me.
Oh yes, the feet. Well, the way that it's the endless paths of Satan, you are all 15 levels of the endless.
So much death, both here and in our arrival.
Yep. Because I have become death, destroyer of worlds. Not entirely sure I want to jump down there. Unless I don't have a choice.
You're not getting through me.
Oh boy, it's like Zarep champion. Dead before everybody get in position.
You're not getting through me.
Dead on!
Wait for the domination to wear off and murder the guy.
Dead on!
Ta-da! We did it. Oh. Well, I guess we're jumping or scaling down here. Let's have a save, just in case we do actually fall and die. The stairs at the edge have crumbled away, leaving you at the edge of a dark pit. You'll have to proceed down carefully, and climbing back may be difficult. Climb carefully down the rocks. The shifting rocks and crumbling wall makes progress slow and treacherous. In the last stretch before the bottom, Sagni steps onto a loose stone and rolls the rest of the way to the bottom. You find yourself at the bottom of a wide basin, looking up at titanic boulders and Adler formations. Something this soon. You are big. And dragon. Well, shit. From under a cloak of gloomy shadow, lit only by the sickly hues of the Adra statue, emerge what can only be a dragon. A vibrant living Adler plates in its hide, and the movement of the great joints is like the grinding of boulders. The dragon stretches itself up to full height, its horns looming like towers, and then it lowers its head, turning a sharp and intelligent gaze upon you. And I was just about to thank you for getting me out of the Gilded Veil.
Here you are, nearly at the heart of the world. What a journey you have made.
In a rumbling, lilting cadence of growls and hisses, the dragon speaks, his teeth gleaming like ivory spears. Are you the master below?
Yes, the master below. You have found her. Kadnua is mine, as is all that lies beneath it.
A laugh like rolling thunder echoes through the caverns. You hear the clatter of debris as stones shake loose from far above.
How fortunate you are to learn such well-guarded secrets. All it has cost you is your life.
She settles a golden-eyed gaze upon you. So you are the one they spoke of all this time.
In a fashion. Think on it. How many hundreds of souls killed by fawning Zorips, or devoured by trolls? Dashed against sealed doors, dragged screaming into dark pits by spiders. All to see what you have seen. A gate into the past. The history of a fallen people. The haunted treasures of a mad king. The final monument of a distraught father, an old man weeping in the dark. And each and every man and woman that falls comes here, to this place, to me.
What is this place?
All that remains of a dead man's greatest wish, a grand memorial, or merely a sorry little tomb. More than Ardnua's precious son are buried here, of course. Many more. It is where the Ardra veins converge, before descending into the hollows of the world.
The dragon rakes her claws across the dirt. And that is what calls you down here, in the end, though it lies now beyond reach. Do you feel it, now that you are so close? That pull towards transformation. I would rather not fight. That is your wish, is it? To bandy words instead of blows, to negotiate and compromise. There are no sweet words that will save you here, godlike. We each come to our limits. I can't let you leave. You'll have every dragon hunter for miles down here trying to make a name for themselves. And you, well, you can't go any farther. This is the end. Can we not part ways peacefully?
I'm afraid not. I will see your soul put to good use. You have earned pride of place.
The dragon rears its head, nostrils flare and move towards you, jaws agape. Party gained 8,874 experience. Did anybody level up from that? Anybody at all? No. I know dragon fights, you're spread out.
Oh.
When you start with a murder, you pour everything that you got into it. And you don't hold back till it's over. More magic. I don't like the fact that it's got ads. Why does it need to have ads? Why can't it just be its own little thing? Don't know if that's gonna work. What level of bullshit is that? Oh, that was an entirely pointless waste of time.
Hey, you're not getting through me. Hooray! Get this!
I mean, it is a dragon after all, but the fuck was that? The party has died. No shit, the party has died. Not even sure if that was the right save. It wasn't the right save, I don't think. I think it was this quick save. Alright. Well, soon as though we won't be defeating that dragon anytime soon. Let us leave. Yeah, this is basically one of my frustrations of pillars. So dragons are bad in this game. I mean, dragons are bad in most games, but this is just, you know, this is where my frustrations for, so like, Pillars of Eternity are essentially, this is what it is. It's like, you manage to get so far through it, and then all of a sudden it's like, yep, and you're dead. There's no... There was nothing. I had nothing there. It was like, ah yes, the dragon does something. 4 of your party members are dead. The dragon does something else in the next breath, and another 2 go down. What the fuck am I supposed to do with that?
This place, as beautiful as it can be with the absence of children.
You know, it just, it's frustrating. You know, that very much feels like one of them fights where it's like, I don't, you know, there's only 6 more levels before I get to the cap. And I honestly don't know if at the cap I'll actually be strong enough to be able to reasonably easily take out the dragon. Okay, I don't mind it being a challenge, but that was just bullshit.
This place, as beautiful as it can be with the absence of children.
Alright, what do I want to try then? Oh yeah, I found an ornate sword, ornate hilt of a sword, a shattered blade, and a polished stone sphere, which is likely to be the pommel. But I might have missed another part to that, or it's behind the dragon. Yeah, there's a difference between a challenge and impossible, because there was a couple of points in that dungeon where it's like, okay, this is getting difficult. Yeah, it seems to force your hand to save a lot, which I think breaks the flow of the game. Yeah, there's a lot of that I feel in this. Which I don't appreciate, because it's not giving me... And it's not so much the saving. It's the reloading and the try it again attitude of it. Which, it's like...
There. You were a military man. Ever consider making a career of it?
I did for a while. Then I heard you could make money shoveling pig shit, and thought that sounded better.
Well, at least it would get you out of the deerwood.
But it's like, now it's like, I've come back to this area to see what's going on here. Here is the last place that I visited where every time that I tried to do anything, I just got murdered. But I've spent, you know, a good couple of sessions in the Endless Paths, and now I might not get murdered. I don't know. A few odds and ends lie scattered by the path. It appears to have been a struggle here, but the evidence is half buried in under a thick blanket of snow. Wisps of the essence hover in the chilly air. Reach out for the essence. The soul fragment plunges you into a memory. Your name is Yagdr. You have never been more than 20 miles from home, let alone in the White Marsh, and yet you have been climbing steadily higher for a week now. The air is too thin, your clothes too light, and you've barely got another 3 days' worth of food with you. But you've never felt better. You've only had a handful of fainting spells since you began your journey. You've had as many in a single day before. But the dreams have been the best part. Despite the frozen, rocky ground and the screeching winds, sleep has found you each night and brought you visions of majestic peaks wrapped in snow. The cold is but sweet aches in your bones. As you hike into the wind, you feel that ache spread along with the certainty that you are getting closer to him or her, your soul twin. A stranger whose soul mirrors your own. One of the few people of Eora who could understand the constant torment of a split soul, and the only person who could help you relieve it. Something approaches through the shroud of snow ahead. You feel a throbbing presence like a heartbeat through linen, and you know. The vision ends abruptly. You find yourself staring at Yergrid's scattered belongings, while his elation ebbs in your veins. As his essence fades from you, you feel his eagerness dissolve into disappointment, and all that remains is the emptiness of a meaningless death. Inspect the area. An empty pack lies in the snow. It's nearly torn in two. Also, muddy tracks churn the ground. It's difficult to discern their shape or number, but they appear to lead north. New quest! Just what I always wanted. More quests.
Were they built? Lead the way.
You're not getting through me.
Dead on.
It'll...
Hey, nobody got knocked out. Somebody nearly did. But didn't quite. Tubes of stiff, frozen mud rise from the ground, and warm air buffets your face. As you peer into them, you see shiny, jagged shards inside. You find the hot springs near Longwatch Falls. Find a thermal pool. You peer into the pool. The water is perfectly clear, but you don't see anything of note. Again, save it, because this could all get pear-shaped. I think it's going slightly better now that I've leveled up a bit.
My mind feels sharp as steel.
Leave it to me! Boreathus!
We are getting mugged from the north, though.
My blood bleeds.
You're not getting through me.
That's it!
Lead the way.
You're not getting through.
Oh, broom of it. You're a big. Okay, that's why we're slightly struggling here, I suppose. Oh. You just got KO'd.
Hey,
If you want to make them explode, I'm pretty sure we've got. Yeah, detonate. Make them go boom.
Can't get a good shot with this.
Oh, was the earth shattering kaboom? I've only got 3 chants up.
you're not getting through me.
Oh, they died.
You're not getting through me.
Get on!
Heal yourself.
Oh. Row Octane!
And make for the final matter.
All right then. Of course.
And loot the bodies. Spread out so far, but I've had to loot it in 3 different ways. Most of the few remaining pages are ruined with mud, but you can make out an entry near the end of the journal. Volkstag. Woke up this morning and saw my toes had turned blue. Spent the last of my fuel warming them up, but it only took me an hour to start the campfire this time. How far I've to come. I passed a village yesterday and thought about stopping. A warm bed and a proper meal would have been a treat after almost a week in these mountains. But I don't want to lose track of my twin, not when I'm so close. I dreamed of a cave behind the waterfall last night. I think that's where I'll find him. I'm not sure what else it could mean, but I'd better... The next page is missing, and the rest are unreadable. You brush the cloak of steam away from the pool, and you think you see. No, it's just a bubble rolling up from the depths. The pool is empty.
Word.
One guy got left behind. Ow. Nearly murdered Alof, though. Looking into the third pool, you see something round and iridescent resting at the bottom. Take it. You reach in, your flesh tingling in the warm water, and you pull the sphere out. It's heavier than it looked, and its smooth, pearlescent surface shines as you turn it. You stick it into your pack. You feel something nudge at the small of your back. You turn around, but no one's standing there. But you feel it again. Something is moving in your pack. You open your pack and hear a soft burbling sound. Hey, J-Station. Thank you for the subscription, 10 months. Does this make me a pillar of the community? I mean, sure, if you want to be a pillar of the community, you be a pillar of the community. You missed it. I mean, you missed a thing that happened. I know that you watched the VOD, so I won't spoil it too much. You open your pack and hear the soft burbling sound. As you rummage through your belongings, something slick brushes your hand. It's a baby loincloth. It watches you with benign curiosity. Eggshell fragments are still stuck to its body. You're the first person it saw. It's gonna think you're its mama now. That four-armed fish baby is your son. I couldn't be happier for you. What am I? Oh wait, no. I need to click on me, and then there we go. I got myself a pet. The pig can go in the box. I've got a baby loincloth. The little creature looks at you and makes a high-pitched warbling sound. Its iridescent skin flashes in shades of purple and blue. There it is. Tiny little thing running around. Whee! Good job the pets don't get targeted with anything or they just get murdered. How goes the pillars? Anything falling down? Not really. Yeah. Hope you're feeling better. And again, let me know about Thursday if you can't make it. And no pressure if you can't. I mean... The bitter spirits, they do nothing. This tower looks like it was carved from the stone of the cliff. The entrance has collapsed and sealed with ice, but you imagine that it commands an impressive view of the valley below. The cliffside plunges for thousands of feet to a valley below. Stillwater is barely a speck among the trees in the distance. Stillwater is a town that is nearby. There'd be bad guys up there. Is that the only way to go? I don't think it is. I'm gonna try and avoid the bad guys for the moment. Yeah, something decides that it wants me. Out of nowhere they appear. Oh, target died. So like, why did it pause? Did it kill somebody?
That's it.
Spot on.
They came from behind.
That's it. Leave it to me.
Settle.
But yes, still no actual idea what the hell's going on, J Station. But as you can see, we are no longer in the path of the endless. So that's a thing. Never tell if that's fireworks outside. On the plus side, I have a small collection of model kits to build that, and also a load of photos to edit from the Tank Museum and Robot event. Well, at least you keep him busy. We managed to capture 2 of these.
That's not very helpful.
I definitely think there's fireworks going on outside. This brazier, it looks large enough to hold, to have This brazier looks large enough to have held a signal fire at once. What on earth are they celebrating? A bit too early for December. Easter. I don't know what they're setting fireworks off on. Water trickles down glistening pillars and spears of ice. A few rocks peek out from between them. I mean, I know that there's bad guys over this way, so I might as well go murder them. Gleaming Society Paladin.
Good shot with this.
There's a lot of pain going on in that little area, and I don't appreciate it. Wow, you're getting murdered. Yeah, okay, you're not great for the moment.
Get a good shot with this.
Kill the priestess. Can you finish her off? We just went down, a grieving mother.
Awesome.
You doing okay, fighter?
I'm here.
I would love to be able to control what's going on. That's just got handed to me. Fighter's not looking great. This, why folks, you're saving this game. Because it seems like this... This feels like it's the area that I'm supposed to be in, but one group of people have just killed me. And hopefully I didn't forget to quick save too long ago. You were promised the endless path, so it ended. It isn't endless. Quick, call the advertising commission. It's false advertising. I mean, it was the endless path, so were you not paying attention to the plot? It doesn't always have to be
All right then.
the traditional definition of endless.
Good shot with this. Good shot with this.
This is getting.
Oh shoot, I've not even gone north yet. Please don't die. You've died.
Leave it to me.
You're not getting.
Blood and sand.
All right then.
How are we doing on experience? Still need a couple of thousand.
Varathis!
You're not getting through me.
Come on. Turn back on slow mode. There we go.
That didn't work.
Varathis!
My mind.
Sit!
Yes.
That's...
It's a strategic reason why I wanted to do that.
Lead. Not quite. I'm here. Just like.
Where did you?
You're not
Ah, to you too. How are we doing?
Hey,
The last one.
Leave it to me.
All right then.
And save. Pick up that mushroom.
Where der deal dan sawu.
Touch the edge of this map. Don't think it actually works as well as it does in other games. Right, let's avoid going south.
Where der deal dan sawu.
You're not getting through me.
Come on.
My mind feels sharp as steel.
That's it.
There we go. So much easier when you break the combat down into 2 combats. Right. Head north and stay north.
Where der
There's another bleeding brood mother.
deal dan sawu.
Shot with this.
Come on. Explode. We're getting murdered. I've barely chanted.
You're not getting
Shed no. Oh.
Come on, one more chance. You're not looking good.
Hey.
Let's go, bring out the dragon's tail.
May he find certainty.
Where der deal dan sawu.
Don't succumb! I wish you no
Come on.
harm.
There we go, run away!
Indeed. Yes.
No, you guys run after. You stand there. And shoot that thing.
We are one fewer, Watcher.
Ow.
Not in vain! Certainly. shall end this. My mind feels sharp as steel.
More scaly bobs.
Shed no blood. I shall end it. Row at 10.
Run away. Kill that thing.
Were de bil dan saw.
Kill that thing. Ah.
Shed no blood. We are one fewer, Watcher.
Yes, we're one fewer, but one fewer of a summoned worm. Don't worry about it.
My mind feels sharp as steel.
There we go.
Perhaps a little rest is in order. Hey,
Yes, a little rest is in order. We are going to go back to town and get rested. 'Cause we nearly got wrecked. Yes, we nearly did very much get murdered.
hey.
The bigger question, Saber, is what haven't I done? I think it's a Grief's Rest. Didn't somebody want that pearl thingy? Thermal pearl. Return to Tealdor outside of the Grief's Rest. The pool, the last pool I checked held something that looked like a thermal pool, Tealdor described. The thermal pool, the thermal pearl just hatched, and now I have the baby Lagthaleth in my pack. Actually, it's not in my pack, it's running around after me. You know, it's been like keeping an eye on me down here. You found anything out near the Long Watch funny? He coughs into his hand. This came out of the thermal pearl. He looks past you and sees a creature waddling through the snow. His jaw flaps silently for a few seconds. I've never seen one so small, but the little fellow looks downright tame. He scratches his head. How about I buy it from you? The performers that pass through would take an interest in something like that. He bends down to look at the screaming Alangfath. Don't do it. No, I'm giving him. Whatever you say, just watch your fingers when he gets big. I'm still looking for someone to take care of those dangerous folks roaming the area if you're up for it. Which... very well. Not sure which ones they were on about. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. And keep. I need a room. Or somebody dies.
Back to
Again.
warm your hands, eh? What can I do for you?
I'd like to hire a room.
Top quality bear pelts on every bed. You won't be disappointed.
Oh, I'm already disappointed. I would just settle for anything less than the golden whale. Actually, let's see if we can't shift some junk. Actually, I don't think we need anything that's just blue anymore. So much junk. So much junk. So this is one of the things where it's like, I've been playing a bit of Baldur's Gate in my downtime. On and off. And one of the things is, it's like, because of the inventory management in that, you don't pick up every last little scrap of everything. You can do if you want, but it means a lot of traipsing to and from dungeons and the like, where it's like, yes, I'm going to the shop to sell, 18 bows, each worth 1 gold apiece. God, I have got a lot of junk. So you just kind of leave a lot of things that aren't magical, aren't interesting, sort of like lying around. Which kind of makes sense, you're not going to pick up every last little rusted short sword that you come across. The thing is in this, because you have this infinite space container that you carry around with you somehow. You just kind of just dump it all in here until you have a small fortune in absolute junk to sell off. And this lowly merchant in some crummy little town is going to part with a small fortune for all of that junk. Ta-da! It's just called the stash. Right, bet. Rest. Ah, the curio shop has been completed. Very good. Next up we have got the Artificer's Hall. Then we've got the Botanical Gardens. And Bright Hollow Hearth, Bright Hollow Lab, and Bright Hollow Courtyard Pool. And then finally, it'll be the Merchant Stalls. But anyway, it is coming up to time for me to wrap up. Not going to make the same mistake that I made this session, which was saving just outside the door of the place where I wanted to go. I'm going to at least walk to where I'm supposed to be for the essentially start of the next session, which will be likely to be next... Either be next Tuesday or this Thursday, depending on how my _UK feels. You can usually find me here Tuesdays, Thursdays, or Fridays, although alternate weeks on the Thursdays I join my _UK for a game of MechWarrior Mercenaries, MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries. With me, Ragnarok 459 and SG Hawk. Furthermore, if you want to hang out with us all, you can usually find us on the Discord. That link has been going through chat most of this evening. What do you want? Subsequent, leaving in 3.5 days and 24 hours. If ignored, prestige -5, security 0 for 3 days. Remain your reputation with Defiance Bay negative. Pay off for 500. Or I can send an escort. And on Monday, or yesterday, I was going to say last Monday, but it was like yesterday. Yesterday, I was over on Manapot Studios for the, yeah, we'll see how your voice is doing by then. Like I say, don't stress it, Mike, if it's, otherwise I sound like I'm better working on a phone sex line. I mean, do those things still exist? Who knows? Everybody, what's it? End of session 23. End of session 23. Save. But yes, on yesterday and next Monday, you'll be able to find me over on Manapot Studios, where I am GMing Starfinder Adventure Path Life 3 or Die, and in a stream that we call All That Glitters Explodes. That is going to be going on hiatus after next session for a while. Please see our Discord and the Manapot Studios Discord for announcements on when that's going to resume. In the hiatus, I might be doing something with Manapot Studios. Don't know. Not decided yet. Might just be enjoying the break. Then that's about it, I think. I mentioned this Friday I'll be playing BioShock. That usually happens on the Fridays. That might be the next time you see me here on this channel. Otherwise, you can find me in the Discord. It might be over on my Cat & Skull UK's channel on Thursday. If not, I'll be back here for more Pillars of Eternity. Stream Pillars of Eternity Tuesdays and Thursdays most of the time. And I think that just about covers it all. Yeah. Raiding. Is there anybody around that I desire to raid this evening? Let's see what's going on the internets. We have got got two people. We got Shanghai and Krifu Banal. And oh, they're playing that game. Okay. We're going to be raiding Krifu Banal, although if anybody feels free or wants to go over and watch Shanghai play some game far changing tides. Something to do with the ship and sailing from left to right. I don't know much more than that, but I've seen another gamer play it. Didn't look very interesting to me. It might be one of them games that you just play to chill out. Don't know. But yeah, we'll raid Krifu Banal, who is playing some Quest for Glory 2. They're going through a lot of the Quest for Glory games. So if you'd like to join me. I can English. Join me for that. It would be much appreciated. If not, I hope you all have a good evening, and until next time, daddy bye.